Managing your inbox is the one thing that you cannot escape if you want to start a brand or business online. Look, I get it. Email may seem like a boring thing. And to be honest, back in the day, I wasn't a fan of emails myself until I understood how powerful a healthy inbox could be. Every experienced digital entrepreneur knows it's one of the main places where you make important moves that can mean the difference from turning a side project into a full business. From outreach and lead nurturing to managing clients, projects, and brand deals, I used to spend 50 plus hours per month just on repetitive follow ups alone. I needed an assistant, so I found an AI solution. You don't need some complex AI assistant that takes hours to set up. What you need is a tested, trusted, and reliable AI agent that's built for you and integrates easily into your life. This isn't just an autoresponder, it understands context and intent. I'm talking about a tool that can automatically label, score, and reply to your leads for you on autopilot, turning your email inbox into a fine tuned machine. In this video, you're going to learn three powerful things: how to access a pre built AI agent and assistant that learns from you, not a clunky automation or a copy paste N8N template; how to use this agent to easily declutter and organize your overloaded inbox, boosting your productivity; how to auto generate responses, follow ups, and lead nurture sequences that will 100% help you grow or run any business online. No need for custom bots. This tool is built for you and it learns from you as it works with you. The powerful tool we'll be diving into today is Serif.ai. The links to Serif will be below in the pinned comments and in the description. So make sure to sign up. It's free to try out. So follow along with the video. And a big thank you to Serif for sponsoring this video. Before we dive in, and speaking of driving leads and sales, I want to make sure you're capturing the full value of a good content strategy. For a limited time, I'm hooking up my viewers with a free auto DM comment lead and sales generation bot. This is the same bot that I use to sell digital products on autopilot and ensure I never miss a comment or DM on Instagram, all without having to pay for expensive tools like ManyChat. If you're ready to get more leads and sales on autopilot, make sure to sign up and book your first strategy and implementation session with me completely for free. The links for this limited time offer is down in the description and the pinned comments as well. So the first thing we're going to want to do is head over to Serif.ai. Remember that the links are below in the description and the pinned comments. Let's check out this message here. It says the easiest way to save hours on email: wake up to your inbox organized, replies drafted, follow up sent, meetings scheduled, and more. Cuts your email time by 50% with one click. I'll be honest with you guys, just having my inbox organized helps me save at least 50% of time that was wasting before with a cluttered inbox. So to sign up for Serif, it's super simple. There's actually a free trial. So if you click on try for free, it's going to start prompting you to start setting up your account with Serif. Here it's got some questions like, what would you like to achieve with Serif? Save time writing emails, reply faster to clients, keep my inbox organized, never miss a follow up, and personalize every message. It says you're in good company. Thousands of professionals trust Serif to cut email and writing by 40%. So we know people are using this tool. How do you write most of your emails now? It says by hand, ChatGPT. Most of you are probably using ChatGPT or Gemini. But the cool thing about Serif, in comparison to ChatGPT and Gemini and Copilot, is basically that Serif acts sort of on its own, right? It's going to start drafting up responses for you based off how you normally respond to stuff. So all you have to do is like open the email and you'll see the draft already at the bottom of the email ready to send. And it's based off of how you communicate with your clients, with, your teams or your projects. You don't have to change much. Like you just open up the email and you're just ready to go. So right away, out the box, better than by hand, better than ChatGPT, better than Gemini, and better than Copilot. So let's just put ChatGPT. It says Serif will make you 100 times more efficient. And again, so true. Like you'll see in a minute how simple things inside of your inbox and approaching your inbox this way is actually going to make you way more productive and efficient. Let's go to continue. And here you can sign up with a Google account or a Outlook account. We're going to use for this example, just clicking on sign up with Google. And then right here is where you're going to just enter in your email. And the beautiful thing about this tool is, unlike building your own AI assistant, right, or your own AI agent to do this, when you put your email in here, what Seraph is going to do, it's going to take your email and analyze your data and basically build the agent based off of your proprietary data. So based off of the way that you already respond to your emails. So right out of the box, like I said, super helpful, right? So you don't have to worry about training a custom AI agent. Seraph will be trained as soon as you start using it. So enter in an email there. and just go on to the next step and we'll dive right into the tool. So after about 10 minutes, Serif should be ready to go. And this is the initial setup. So only the first time you log in. Every other time you log in after that, you're in the dashboard here in seconds. The first view you're going to see is this connected accounts view. Below here, you're going to see the emails and the inboxes that you have connected to Serif. You should see the email that you initially used to sign up. And let's say below we wanted to add another account. We can click on this add email account button and you can connect a Gmail or an Outlook account as well. So you can add different inboxes to Serif with specific use cases. Like, for example, maybe you have an inbox that you use for cold outreach. You can use Serif on that inbox and then manage maybe the way that it does its cold outreach, right? So we can get creative with a tool like this. Now, below here, you see that there are more options. You've got the calendar option, so you can add your Google Calendar, your Outlook Calendar, and also you can connect Zoom. So Serif will be able to help you set up events in the calendar and also set up meetings in Zoom, right? So really, you're replacing your assistant with this kind of tool. Now, to the left, we're going to see a menu, and it's broken down in a really easy to understand way, in my opinion. You've got the account information here at the top. So you got your profile. We'll look at that in a second. Then you got your email. You got the labels, the draft, the rules, the knowledge. So the calendar and the scheduling, the contacts, the playbooks, and the knowledge base. And then you've got this learn section down here at the bottom. That's going to basically help you guys. If you need help, you can click on this help center button or you can actually get some support help here as well. So here at the top, let's actually check out the profile first. In the profile, you're going to be able to add like your name, your phone number, and just a basic profile information. And the cool thing about the profile is apart from the basic profile information that you can add in here, is you can update this here, which is the bio, the goals, the role, the ideal day, and you can add custom sections. And this is going to help train Seraph even more on like what your goal is with this inbox, right? Or what your goal is for your business. So you can get creative with this as well. Here you can see that it's got some stats on my emails and it says that emails sent every month, 201 emails. So I'm like up in the 75th percentile. I send more emails than 75% of professionals, which is pretty wild. So obviously, I needed something like Seraph. Here you can see it says 20 hours a month, but this is just one inbox. I have multiple inboxes that I have to manage for my brand and my business here. And yeah, you just got to stack these numbers up. So I'm just trying to save as much time as I can. Now, let's come over here to the left and let's break down some of the other cool features that Seraph has that right away are like awesome out of the box. So you have this label option here. If you click on this, you're going to see different options to configure how your emails are automatically sorted by Seraph. Oh man, I had to do this manually forever, like for so long. I've had different roles throughout my life, and one of those roles was a project manager. And one of the things I had to do was just like organize and label emails for somebody in that role, which was obviously now being done by AI, as we can see here. But the cool thing is that you can customize these, right? And you can automatically archive stuff. And when you open up your inbox and you see these labels, we'll look at this inbox in a second. It really does help you just go straight to the task at hand. And you're not just like digging through a bunch of junk email and notifications. Because let's face it, sometimes your inbox can get filled with that stuff. And as you learn more how to use Seraph and you start to customize it a bit more, I could see somebody completely organizing an inbox just with this feature here, right? So you got this auto archive option, which you can click on and it'll just archive like that labeled email, right? So let's say you create a smart label, click here on create a smart label, and we give it a name like, I don't know, a tire store, right? So let's say you keep any emails from the tire store, please archive, right? Or something like that. And then we create the smart label and we just turn on the archive button, we'll see the email label show up here, right? And we'll be able to actually select it and turn it on. And basically, it'll automatically archive any emails we get from the tire store. So that's great. As long as you know what you want to get out of your inbox, you could do this, every so often and just update that one smart label and just add in different names of, I don't know, newsletters or ads that you're getting and just have Seraph automatically archive it. I'm going to definitely do that when I have a little more time. Over here to the left, we've got this option that says drafts. And here it's going to let you create and configure how you want Seraph to like respond to your emails. So it'll automatically draft replies, which is super cool. As soon as you open the email, you'll see the replies at the bottom. We'll look at that as well in a minute. You can tune the voice, so you can make it more casual. You can make it right now it's set to normal. You can make it more polite. Below this, you have the auto follow up option. So default behavior for how urgent you want follow ups to be. So more urgent follow up same day if no response. Follow up 1 to 2 days if no response. Follow up 3+ days if no response, and never follow up. And then down here, you have enable multiple responses, enable placeholders, allow new recipients, require confirmation before handing off to Seraph, and allow follow up drafts. You can also add a signature down here. Obviously, just type it in there and then add it. Get rid of that. And below here, we can change the type of text style that Seraph uses to generate the drafts, right? But just this alone, I'm telling you, when you see how it works, because the difference between this and Gemini is that for Gemini or like anything else, you can kind of maybe have a prompt that you reuse every time, but you're going to have to prompt Gemini to give you that email or like build some kind of automation for like when the inbox comes in, ChatGPT reads that email and then like a whole process that Seraph is literally going to do for you. So anybody could use this tool and you're getting like the benefits of the real way an AI email assistant should work. Now, over here to the left, we can set rules. Again, very powerful. You can fix undesired behavior with rules for specific situations. So maybe it's just responding too quick to something or in a specific tone that you don't like, or you're just seeing something in the drafts that it's giving you that you're not really okay with. You can add a new rule here, and it's just like adding in, right? Look, describe your rule in natural language. Again, beauty of this tool, lots of natural language stuff. You don't need to know how to code, and this thing is doing a lot of awesome things on the back end. And if you wanted to build something like this, you'd probably need some kind of understanding of code and automations and different tools. So this is going to be great for anybody that just wants to level up and start using AI the right way with their emails. Now, below here is the knowledge. Another great thing about Seraph is that you can start training it on your own like proprietary knowledge or like what you want to train it on. So here it says, teach Seraph how you want it to manage your time and schedule your meetings. Literally, you can put your meeting preferences in here. You can default add events to, so default calendar integrations for adding events to something. You've got default time zones. You can also set up the availability, right? You can also set up the remote meetings, the in-person meetings, the custom preferences. Let's check this out. So tune Seraph perfectly for your needs by adding custom preferences. So enter your scheduling preference, e.g., schedule customer support in the afternoon. Very simple, very straightforward, but very powerful. So now let's check out the contacts section. So let's click here on contacts. And this is going to allow us to manage our contacts and important relationships. We're going to be able to add new contacts. So if we click on add contact, you can just type in write their name, their nickname, their email, their phone number, that type of information. And you can also add roles to those contacts. So you could create a list and add roles to those lists and use that as a tag. You can check out all your contacts here. So basically, you can manage your contacts from this part of Seraph. Now, down below that, you have the playbooks. I love this, right? So capture your business process and workflows in playbooks. This here is something that we all should be doing all the time, anyways, for every aspect of our business, like an SOP, right? Some kind of step by step process that you can share with other people or an agent, right? Like this, an AI assistant or an agent to make it easily understandable for them. The best part is that these playbooks here were auto-generated based off the emails and inbox data that Seraph trained itself on in the initial setup. And a big part of my business is finding powerful tools to share with you all, building relationships and partnerships with the top AI brands and tools, and also working on sponsored content for this channel or my other social media accounts. That alone for this brand brings in thousands per month, and it's a great way to monetize content without relying solely on Zuck, virality, and the platforms. So let's click here on this playbook so we can break it down. So let's break down this playbook. Here at the top, you have the title of the playbook, right? So sponsorship, project management, drafts, approvals, and publications. Below that, you have a description of the playbook. It says this playbook outlines the standard procedure for managing sponsored video projects. Post agreement, it includes templates for setting draft timelines, submitting drafts for approval, and handling revisions and sharing the final published video. Below that, we've got the templates, right? So here we have, looks like 4 templates. Let's come up here to the top again. Above each template, you have a title for the template, right? So kicking off production and setting a timeline. Below that, you have the usage note. So it's clarifying to Seraph when it should use this template. It says use this template after receiving the upfront payment or signed contract to officially start a project. It confirms receipt and sets a clear expectation for when the sponsor can expect the first draft. Now, if you want to make any changes to this playbook, just know that you can click on each section and add or remove text, change up how the template is, formatted, or just rewrite it to something else, and it did that basically on its own. So it set up all these different templates for responses to things that I am already doing, right? Because literally these are the ways that I'm responding to my brand deals. So I don't have to worry about thinking anytime I have to do this. So this is an example of the auto-generated playbooks that you can get inside of Seraph. So let's go back to the playbooks, and I'm going to show you guys why Seraph is so powerful, because it's going to allow you to create as many of these playbooks as you want to really fine tune how Seraph is going to be helping you. So you can add in new workflows and business processes by creating new playbooks. If you come over here to the top right and you click on this new playbook button, you'll see that it gives you the option to create a playbook from scratch. You can just title the playbook. We're going to put something like test playbook, and then I'm going to put down here in the description, test playbook as well. Here you'd want to put like a description of the playbook. So I would suggest maybe using one of the other playbooks as a reference to build out your own custom ones, right? So let's click on create playbook. So now we can see our test playbook down here. If we click on this, it'll actually take us into the playbook. Once you're inside of the playbook, you can see that the title is here, the description is here, like the example we looked at before, and you're going to be able to add as much context to this playbook as you want, the step-by-step process that you want Seraph to use this playbook for. Now, the only suggestion and a simple hack that I can tell you right away, just by looking at this, is to use the other playbooks as reference, right? Look at how they're written and how they're structured, and try to structure your new playbooks that same way so Seraph understands it better. The other option you have here to customize the playbooks is this menu. If you click on this, you'll see that it gives you the option to star certain parts of your playbook, making that part more important for both you and the agent. So that's very important. Here in the description, you can add more to the description. Below that, you have a code editor option. So you can edit your doc in code or in visual mode. Right now, it is in visual mode. So you're looking at this like a normal document. But if you switch this on, to the left, you'll see this panel show up. Right now, there's no code in here because we haven't added anything to the playbook. But if you start adding stuff, it'll break it down in code. So I would suggest playing around with playbooks that exist. Look at the menu, look at how it's written in code, and try to replicate that for your new playbooks. Now let's head back over to the menu on the left. And below the playbook option, you're going to see the knowledge base option. Let's click on that. And in here, you're going to be able to add facts and information about you, your team, and your company, basically adding more training data into Seraph. And it's super easy to do. Over at the top right here, you're going to see there's an upload button, which will allow you to upload docs right from your computer. Next to that is a new document button to create a new document right inside of Seraph, just like we saw with the playbooks. And next to that, there's a new folder button, which will allow you to organize the knowledge that you're adding here to the knowledge base, right? Now, the beauty of Seraph is that it's built in a way that allows complete beginners to AI to have a top tier trained custom AI agent and assistant. The rules, the playbooks, the knowledge base are all things you would need to understand and do if you wanted to build a custom agent from scratch. And here it's easy to understand, it's easy to use, which allows anyone to have a real trained custom agent working for them, not generic outputs like you get from ChatGPT or Gemini. Seraph works for you. Now let's jump over to my inbox to check out Seraph in real time. So here we are inside of the inbox that is connected to Seraph. And the first thing you're going to see show up are these labels, right? So this is what we saw inside of the dashboard. If you come over to the left, you'll see the labels above where you normally have your labels, but they are color coded. So you have this first one here that says needs response. Then you have FYI, waiting for reply, and done. If we click on this label, for example, waiting for reply, you'll see all the emails here that you need to reply to. So just having this here is going to save you so much time. As you can see, I have no emails in here because I've been replying to everything since I connected Serif. Now, if we come back to the inbox, I sent myself a test email. So this first one here is actually a test email. It's not a real sponsorship email. But below, you can see the response that Seraph has ready to go for me to just attach my rate card and send. And if I wanted to, I could just give it a update inside of the knowledge base and give it, my rates so that it would respond directly with my rates anytime this happens. So all you would do is add the rate card and hit send and literally not have to think about this message or the messages that you used often in your inbox. And you're going to have a waiting for reply section like this without any emails that you need to reply to. There's also a great feature which allows you to pass off direct tasks to Seraph right from your inbox. For example, if we forward the email to our agent by using the address assistant at Serif.ai, and we tell it to take an action in plain text, like follow up with this email if we don't get a response in the next 3 days, right? And we hit send. Seraph will now follow up with that email in the next 3 days. Now, this is another key indicator to why using Seraph is much better than just using Gemini or ChatGPT for your emails. So, how could you take the capabilities of Seraph even further? You could create an email sequence playbook with pre written emails to send automatically on a schedule or trigger to drive a specific action like purchasing an offer. You could create a drip campaign playbook with time based emails that get dripped out at intervals, for example, like weekly for 2 months. You can create nurture sequence playbooks with education and trust building emails that lead to a pitch, ideal for like multi week selling. So remember that the links to Seraph will be down in the description and the pinned comments. Go try it out for free. Let me know the creative or effective playbooks that you're using in the comments. And don't forget that for a limited time, I am offering a free ManyChat alternative so you never miss another DM or comment on Instagram. Get my auto DM comment lead and sales bot completely for free, the same one that I use to grow my brand, get leads, followers, and make sales on autopilot. Plus, I will personally show you how I use it to turn content into profit. Find the links for that below as well. Spots are limited. Make sure to go down there, sign up, and get your first implementation and strategy session with me so I can get you guys hooked up. There will also be free resources in the description, so make sure to check those out too. Now, if you're interested in making your AI generated outputs sound human and undetectable, watch the video that's going to show up here on the screen, and I will catch you guys in the next one.